All right, guys. Hey, guys. EZA time. All right, so Proton. I mean, I don't know. I guess I've been following the game for a very long time. These things are just like very obvious to me. I don't know. Like it's not even like I don't like it's not like, oh my god, I made such a crazy deduction, or oh my god, I'm so smart. I mean, it's just like kind of like literally like I'm a Dumbo and I can put two and two, like I can put two and two together. And like so I made this tweet a couple of days ago and it was just like fairly obvious, right? Like I know the structure of these celebrations for years. I've followed, I set my sleep schedule around when Dokkan is revealing stuff for 7, 8 years in a row now. I just know like it's like I would compare myself. I mean, if you're like a sports fan, to like I'm just like a feel type. There's like the analytical nerds who's like the APT people or the calculus or something like that. I'm like a feel guy. Like I got the feeling. Like I know when to take the pitcher out. Like he's done. I could tell, right? Like that's me, right? This was just so obvious to me, right? Like just judging by the way things looked, it's like, okay, like this week right here, this is going to be the last. So when I say this week, I'm referring to the 21st to the 27th here. This is going to be the last week of the celebration. I didn't mention that they're also pouring the Dragon Balls. Dokkan Fest will be next week. And they're going to drop, like, I think major LR EZAs as, like, we saw this last year. Tech Gogeta, Physical Janemba. Now, that was, to be fair, the Worldwide Download Celebration, which, matched up with this year's GDC. That is true. But, I mean, we've seen this a couple of times, Tech Gogeta and Janemba last year. I mean, they Super Vegito and Buhan, for 10th anniversary. For JP, but JP's kind of like, again, the canon timeline. Shout out to Nano for that, right? You guys know how it is. And even the GDC to end with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Vegeta and Trunks. I'm thinking, so many people are just talking about superhero. And I mean, I've already did a video with, Cooler and Goku on the thumb. So for the video, I'm going with the superhero characters on the thumb. But I do think we're going to see these guys EZA. Now, I guess there's two reasons, like, and a lot of people are saying superhero. I think it's Goku and Cooler for two reasons right here. One of them is, I mean, probably not the greatest reason. And because I just think that this is the first Carnival LR. I think he is going to EZA before part 3 of the 11th anniversary, right? Because part 3 of the 11th anniversary is likely going to have all 4 8th anniversary LR EZAs in it. The Z Spirit Bomb, the GT Spirit Bomb, the AGL Carnival Goku, and the Int Carnival Kid Gohan. I just think that before those two Carnival LRs EZA, the first Carnival LR ever is going to get his EZA first. Right? So, I'm just thinking that they're going to get this guy EZA before then. Now, they could easily drop this guy and this guy in, like, part 1 of the 11th anniversary. I absolutely could see that. And that would be a hit, right? Like, that's a great way to, whatever the characters would be at the start of the 11th anniversary, and then we got these two rolling a couple of days later. Huge hit, I think. Like, that would definitely work. Whereas the superhero characters, I mean, this is just a thing where people, I mean, especially Twitter tends to get a little bit like they just like act dumb because here's the thing. Superhero is something that could be an anniversary, right? So to me, it seems like very logical that Beast Gohan Orange Piccolo could be like an LR during the 11th anniversary, and then they just time these LRs to EZA at the same time. That seems much more likely to me than dropping them now. But I think it's within the realm of possibility that these guys are tweeted today, right? We could see it. And that's why, I at least think it's enough of a possibility that I'm, going with Beast Gohan as the thumbnail for the video here, right? For sure. Okay, so there's that. Just explaining my reasoning of why I think it's Goku and Cooler. Both reasons could end up being false, right, as I just explained, but this is what I'm going with. Now, if we jump on over here to what Proton said, let's read this. Let's read this. So after the latest data download, we have one ID gap between the two tables. The ID ratio between the tables is 12:6 between AGL Golden Freeze ZZA and STR Broly ZZA. Assuming all the missing IDs are filled, this could mean 3 new TURs and an LR EZA. Or assuming they're not all filled, this could be 2 LR EZAs, plus something more that uses the remaining 6 IDs on the first table. Now, I'm in a GC with Proton, and he was, like, it was asked of him if it's possible that it could be 4 LR EZAs, and Proton said it could be. So the reason that could be relevant is because they could EZA all 4 of these guys, which would be crazy. Now, Cooler is very popular, and, you know, a lot of people on Twitter, like, I don't know, like, they are just expecting, like, Dokkan to just open their pussy up for this guy to be just king of the game, which is, like, not very likely, right? Like, remember, he's gonna be probably an accessory for whatever big Dokkan Fest is out. Like, that's gonna be his role. His role is not to show back up as the new god of the game. I just would like people to understand that and brace their expectations for that. This guy is not an anniversary part 1 Dokkan Fest who is guaranteed to be a god king of the game, right? He could be a hit. This Cooler could be a hit, or he could be a fumble. Like, brace yourselves for that. But if they EZA this guy at the same time, now it's just we're in a much better spot. And Movie Bosses is in a much better spot. And this character's team is in a much better spot, right? Period. So I would love that if all 4 of these guys EZA'd. And that would definitely, like, if they're good too, that would certainly feel like enough content to get us to when the next Dokkan Fest is going to be, which I think will be on the 1st. Judging by what Rick had a tweet where he said the next day to download is on the 29th. So probably, like, the next Dokkan Fest will be on the, like, will be releasing on October 1st, my time, is when the next Dokkan Fest will be. I don't know. Something like Android 18, Rildo, Bra, you know, some character like that, right? On October 1st. So there's that. So that's what we could see. I'm pretty down with that. Now, also, by the way, these new Red Zone stages drop in 48 hours. And I have proof of that, too. Like, you know, a lot of times, like, I say these things and some people just act like I just fucking make shit up. Like, I'm just like, time to just fucking lie for Twitter likes or something. Like, bro, like, hello. You wanna know how I know? Because it's written right here. Right? These stages are out in 47 hours. So, they're not in the data. The data download is before this, which means we will see these LR EZAs before this, right? So, you know, I think in 24 hours, well, I guess now 23 hours, to me seems very likely for when we could see these LR EZAs tweeted. So it could be Orange Piccolo and Beast here. I mean, a lot of the last couple EZAs of the celebration, if we take a look, have been more Movie Bosses oriented, right? Like, essentially, take out Kid Vegeta, the last 4 characters have been Movie Bosses, right? So, I mean, you certainly could then use that as an argument to say they'll drop double movie hero characters right here. These guys certainly would be very exciting to have drop. I mean, I would definitely be down with that. I mean, again, there's no guarantee these characters will be that good. Orange Piccolo in particular, I would like everyone to just understand, Dokkan, like, Orange Piccolo is a legendary character, right? That is not a common tag I would apply. Tech Ultimate Gohan gets that. AGL Captain Ginyu gets that. LR Kale and Khalifa get that. And you know what they all shared in common? Their EZAs didn't really amount to that much. I am fearful of Orange Piccolo. He has a, you know, his kid is unfumbleable. Remember, unfortunately, there's no such thing. I would argue that the anniversary Dokkan Fest are usually not going to be a fumble, but, like, I mean, this guy has the legendary tag applied to him, which Dokkan usually doesn't like to give those characters a second life. They really only like to do that for the anniversary Dokkan Fest, to just completely let them run wild a second time. If a character was legendary the first time, usually they don't become legendary a second time. Usually. Although I feel like you could potentially say Golden Frieza, that could apply to, though, where it does feel like he was like a Z tier release when he first came out, and his EZA, I think, is like another Z tier. But I mean, that's just because he has such a ridiculously good kit, right? Like, his kit was so good. Like, when he first came out, ridiculous, and now it's ridiculous, right? Like, it's just very good. So there's them. We talked about these four. I mean, these guys could really change things. In particular, getting both coolers onto movie bosses now gives us a little bit of a base of big bad bosses characters. So then, Broly-chan Lemo, Harudagarn, LR Turles, right? Fat Janemba, LR Janemba, all these big bad bosses characters, to me, get a little bit easier to run. Because remember, all the Brolys and all the Golden Friezas are not big bad bosses characters. So right now, I'm running movie bosses lineups that don't have big bad bosses characters. But like this guy, and then they drop this guy at the same time, could be interesting. This guy right here, too, could really massively buff the team. I am very curious to see what they do with this guy. This probably has the best potential of the four. I don't know, Goku too with this, but I don't know, man. There's a chance they could make like a minor mistake, and this guy actually is like so crazy. I'm so curious to see how they're gonna EZA a character with this ability, right? Like, they could fuck around and create another Fat Boo, right? So I am gonna be, this is, of the four, believe it or not, Metal Cooler is definitely the one I'm most intrigued by. Because it's like, I mean, if they are not, like, super tight on what they do with him, he could end up being good for a long time. So be ready for that. And then there is, unfortunately, kind of like some boring options here. I mean, no offense. But, I mean, these two are kind of sitting there. I don't think so that they'll do that. I don't think they'll do this. Like, even in my tweet right here, I think it's going to be a major LREZ. Like, these guys, the superhero characters, I don't think they're going to drop fucking Tapion and Minosha. Here's your EZA, guys. It's Goku and Piccolo. That would be a bummer. Like, it's like, they could be super good, but, I mean, it would not feel as good to be like, oh, EZA details are tweeted. Who is it? And it's Tapion and Minosha. It's like, oh, I was looking for Orange Piccolo. All right, like, so I don't think Dokkan is gonna do that. I mean, I don't want to say there's a 0% chance, but I think what we're probably gonna see is, some of these 6 characters, the EZA, and we could see it as soon as like tonight or tomorrow or something. So, let me know what you guys think. But I do think we have some massive hype characters about to be revived.